Lena Morellis paced the length of her small office aboard the Galactic Union's headquarters, a space station orbiting a neutral planet designed to foster diplomacy among stars. Her eyes were drawn to the rotating hologram of Earth, glowing softly in the corner. It was a silent reminder of what she was fighting for, a world rich with culture and life, now being bled dry under the guise of interstellar cooperation. Lena, the Council won't budge. They see us as expendable, another resource to exploit until there's nothing left, her aide, Jonah, lamented, breaking the silence. Lena stopped, her gaze hardening. Then we need to change their perspective. Earth is not just another resource. We have given more to the Union than we have ever received. It's time they see our worth. Jonah nodded, scrolling through data on his tablet. The new decree will increase the resource tax by another 20%. We can't sustain this. Public unrest is growing, people are scared. Turning to face the hologram, Lena's voice was resolute. Schedule a meeting with the delegates from Zalara and THRYXX. They've been sympathetic to our situation before. It's time to rally support. We're not going to suffer in silence anymore. At the dimly lit, upscale bar on the station's leisure deck, Lena met with the Zalaran delegate, a towering figure with translucent skin and gentle eyes. Lauren, you've seen the reports. Earth can't sustain these taxes. We need allies, she implored over the hum of quiet conversation and clinking glasses. Lauren's voice was a soothing rumble. Lena, I understand your plight, but the powerful factions see your planet as a minor member with minor rights. What you're asking could shift the power dynamics within the Union. That's exactly what needs to happen. We aren't minor, Lauren. Earth has potential, we've shared our technologies, our culture. We've enriched the Union. Lauren paused, his expression unreadable. I will see what I can do, Lena. No promises, but I will talk to my superiors. Back in her office, Lena convened a virtual meeting with Earth's leaders. We need to prepare for the assembly. It's not just about speaking out anymore, we need a demonstration of strength, a presentation that shows not just our value but our resolve. The leaders, faces lined with stress, nodded in agreement. We'll gather our best technologies, the advancements we've made in energy and medicine. Let's remind them why Earth is indispensable, one suggested. Lena added, and we'll showcase our culture too. Our art, our music, they're unique in the cosmos. We'll make them see that losing Earth would mean losing a vibrant part of this Union. The day of the preliminary council meeting arrived. Lena stood before the assembly, her figure projected into the center of the hall, surrounded by representatives of hundreds of civilizations. Esteemed delegates, I stand before you not just as a representative of Earth but as a member of this Union who believes in justice and mutual respect. She gestured, and the room darkened slightly as holographic images of Earth's landscapes, cities, and people appeared in the air around her. This is Earth. A place of beauty and innovation. Yet, under the current decree, our people suffer. Our resources are depleting, and our children face a bleak future. Whispers filled the hall as images changed, showing thriving markets, advanced medical facilities, and renewable energy plants. We contribute far more than we receive. Our technologies heal and power many of our worlds, yet we are not afforded the respect such contributions merit. A powerful delegate from a warrior species, whose support was crucial, spoke out. Dr. Morellis, while your presentation is moving, Earth knew the conditions of the Union when it joined. Why should we amend policies for one member when many benefit? Lena's response was calm but firm. Because injustice to one is a threat to all. Today it's Earth, but tomorrow it could be any of you. We ask for fairness, for policies that reflect our contributions. We are not asking for charity, we are demanding equity. The room fell silent as the weight of her words hung in the air. Lena continued, we have plans for sustainable growth that can benefit all Union members. Innovations in energy that could power this station for centuries with minimal environmental impact. Interest piqued, another delegate from a technologically advanced planet inclined his head. Can you demonstrate these innovations? Yes, We can, Lena confirmed, signaling Jonah to prepare the next part of their presentation. The subsequent display showcased Earth's revolutionary energy systems, capable of harnessing quantum fluctuations and converting them into clean, limitless power. As the meeting adjourned, the mood was contemplative. Many delegates approached Lena, asking detailed questions about Earth's technologies and expressing a newfound respect for the planet's capabilities. Jonah, catching up to a buoyant Lena, couldn't help but smile. "Seems like you've made an impression, Dr. Mireles." Lena, watching the retreating figures of newfound allies, felt a cautious hope. "It's just the beginning, Jonah. But it's a start. Earth will have its voice heard. We've shown them not just what they stand to lose, but what they can gain. And no one can ignore that." Lena Mireles stood at the threshold of the Zalaran delegation's quarters, a mix of anxiety and resolve playing on her features. Inside, the ambience was serene, adorned with soft bioluminescent lights and the gentle hum of alien flora. The Zalaran delegate, Lauren, welcomed her with a nod, his translucent skin casting a soft glow. "Dr. Mireles, I have discussed your concerns with my council. We are intrigued but cautious. You speak of fairness and equity, noble, but idealistic in our current framework," Lauren began, his voice echoing slightly in the chamber. Lena took a deep breath, steadying her nerves. "Lauren, what I propose is not just a reformation for Earth but a blueprint for a more sustainable union. We can lead this change together." Lauren tilted his head, considering. "And if we support you, if we challenge the prevailing winds, what guarantees our success? Our species values stability above upheaval. The current path is unsustainable," Lena countered. "Instability comes from inequity. By supporting us, you help forge a union that values each member's contribution, creating a truly stable foundation." A pause lingered as Lauren processed her words. "Very well, Dr. Mireles. We will support your proposal at the Assembly. But be prepared, resistance will be formidable." With Lauren's support secured, Lena's next task was to rally more allies. She arranged a series of meetings with other smaller, often overlooked union members, believing that strength could come from numbers. Each delegate was presented with data, projections, and testimonials from their own worlds, illustrating the potential benefits of a more equitable union. One such meeting was with Thrixian delegates, renowned for their tactical acumen. The room was stark, utilitarian, reflecting their straightforward nature. "Delegate Thrall, you know as well as I do, the current decrees favor the major species disproportionately," Lena argued, her holographic displays illuminating the stark room with vibrant images of joint projects that could benefit multiple worlds. Thrall, a being of sharp angles and piercing eyes, reviewed the data. "Your argument holds merit, Dr. Mireles. Earth has indeed been underappreciated. We will consider your stance. Consideration is a start, but we need active support. This is a chance to correct a skewed system that may one day turn even against worlds like yours," Lena pressed, her voice firm yet respectful. Thrall nodded slowly, a gesture of understanding. "We will stand with you, Dr. Mireles. Your vision for a balanced union serves all, not just Earth." As the day of the Grand Assembly approached, tension filled the air. Lena and her team worked tirelessly, preparing every detail of the upcoming presentation. They gathered innovative technologies and cultural exhibits that not only highlighted Earth's contributions but also demonstrated the potential for future collaborations that could benefit all union members. The night before the assembly, Lena rehearsed her speech in the quiet solitude of her office. Jonah watched, occasionally offering feedback. "Remember, Lena, it's not just about what Earth needs, it's about what we offer. Our cooperation, our innovations, they aren't just for us. They're for the Union," Jonah reminded her. Lena nodded, refining her delivery. "Tomorrow, we don't just stand for Earth. We stand for every member of the Union who believes in justice and prosperity." The day of the assembly dawned. The Grand Hall was filled with delegates from across the galaxy, each representing their civilization's interests. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation and the weight of impending decisions. Lena stepped up to the podium, her image broadcasted for all to see. She began with Earth's history, its struggles and triumphs, before transitioning to the broader implications for the Union. As members of this great Union, we are bound not just by laws but by a shared destiny. We propose a new framework, one that values each member not by what they can be exploited for, but by what they contribute. She unveiled a series of proposals, economic, technological, and cultural, that promised to enrich the Union while ensuring no member was left behind. Each proposal was backed by data, testimonials, and endorsements from other species who had come to support Earth's stance. Resistance was as strong as expected. Several major species argued against the proposals, citing tradition and the risks of change. But as the debate continued, more voices joined in support of Earth, swayed by Lena's compelling presentation and the undeniable benefits of her proposals. The session stretched for hours, with heated discussions and negotiations. Lena stood firm, addressing concerns, countering arguments, and steadily building a coalition of the willing. As the assembly neared its close, a vote was called. The tension was palpable as delegates cast their decisions. When the results were displayed, a mix of disbelief and triumph washed over Lena. The majority had voted in favor of the new framework. Earth's voice had been heard, and the Union was on the path to change. Jonah approached Lena, a broad smile spreading across his face. "You did it, Lena. You really did it." Lena looked around at the delegates, some nodding in respect, others still skeptical but willing to give the new proposals a chance. "We did it, Jonah. All of us. This is just the beginning. Now, we work to ensure that this new path benefits all, as promised." As they left the hall, Lena felt the weight of her responsibilities but also the possibilities that lay ahead. Earth had finally said enough, and no civilization in the Union would forget this day. The day Earth helped steer the galaxy toward a fairer, more equitable future. Lena Morellis felt the weight of countless eyes on her as she approached the center of the Galactic Union's Grand Assembly Hall. Today was more than just a confrontation, it was a moment of truth for Earth and potentially for the structure of the Union itself. She steadied herself, knowing the impact of her next words would either forge new paths or cement Earth's subservience. "Esteemed delegates," Lena began, her voice echoing through the chamber, "today we stand at a crossroads. The decisions we make will ripple through time, affecting not just our generation but those that follow." She activated the holographic projector, and images of Earth's lush landscapes intermixed with scenes of human innovation in technology and art filled the space. "This is Earth. Our home. A planet rich with life, creativity, and the spirit of exploration. Yet, under the current decrees of this Union, our potential is stifled, our resources drained not for the benefit of all, but for the few." Murmurs filled the hall as the images shifted to show the stark contrast of Earth's current plight, overworked lands, crowded cities, and the weary faces of its people. "We have adhered to the Union's mandates, shared our advancements, and supported our fellow members. Yet, we ask, what has been the reciprocity? Where is the fairness promised when we join this Union?" Lena's gaze swept across the room, meeting the eyes of various delegates, her stance firm and commanding. "Today, I propose a new directive, not just for Earth but for all members who feel the yoke of inequity. We propose a restructuring of the resource allocations, one that reflects contribution and need, fostering actual progress for all civilizations." A high-ranking delegate from a powerful member planet rose, his voice booming across the chamber. "Dr. Morellis, while your words paint a compelling picture, changing long-standing policies risks the stability of our Union. What assurances can you offer that your proposed changes will not lead to chaos?" Lena responded without hesitation. "Stability that benefits only the strongest is not stability but suppression. We offer not only words but actionable plans, technological innovations that can benefit all, ensuring that no member planet, regardless of size or strength, feels marginalized." She gestured, and the display shifted to detailed simulations of advanced energy systems, agricultural technologies, and cultural exchanges that could bolster weaker economies without overexploiting any single member. "These are not mere promises but commitments," backed by research and a readiness to implement. We are prepared to lead by example. Another delegate, from a smaller, less influential planet, stood up, her voice uncertain but growing stronger as she spoke. For too long, my world has felt the disparity in the Union's policies. We support Earth's proposal, for in it, I see a hope not just for my people but for all smaller planets that have been overshadowed. As more delegates began murmuring among themselves, Lena seized the moment to solidify the growing support. We ask you today to vote not just for Earth, but for the future of the Union, for a truly equitable system where every member has a voice and every contribution is valued. Debate ensued, intense and passionate. Lena and her team fielded questions, provided data, and made their case with the unyielding tenacity that had brought them this far. As the hours passed, the assembly was abuzz with discussions, negotiations, and recalculations. Finally, the time came for the vote. Hearts raced as the votes were cast and slowly tallied. The result was closer than Lena had hoped, but it was enough. The motion passed. A cheer erupted from some sections of the hall, a sound of victory for fairness and a testament to the change driven by Earth's relentless spirit. Lena felt a surge of relief and triumph. "Thank you," she addressed the assembly, her voice thick with emotion. "This is a monumental day for the Union. Together, we have chosen a path of fairness and progress. Let us move forward, not as separate entities fighting for scraps, but as a unified body that thrives on mutual respect and cooperation." After the assembly, as delegates approached to either congratulate or express their concerns, Lena knew the real work was just beginning. The changes agreed upon would need to be implemented, monitored, and sometimes defended. But for now, Earth had achieved a significant victory, one that would redefine its role and that of similar worlds within the Galactic Union. As she left the hall, Lena felt not just the weight of the victory but the responsibility it entailed. She was ready to lead the charge, to ensure that the promises made today would be kept, forging a future where no civilization in the Union would ever feel compelled to say enough again. The halls of the Galactic Union were quieter now, the bustling energy of the day's assembly replaced by a reflective calm. Lena Morellis stood at a viewing window, gazing out at the stars that spanned endlessly before her. The weight of the day's victory was palpable, yet so was the enormity of the path forward. Jonah approached, his steps echoing slightly in the vast corridor. "A historic day, Lena. But I guess the real work starts now?" Lena turned from the window, her expression resolute. "Yes, it does. Winning the vote is one thing, but implementing these changes, making sure they stick, that's where we'll really be tested. We've got a lot of planning to do. Setting up the oversight committees, ensuring the technology transfers go smoothly, keeping the Union members engaged and compliant with the new policies." Jonah listed off the tasks, his voice a mix of excitement and trepidation. Lena nodded, her mind already racing through the logistics. "We'll need to work closely with the member planets, especially those who are on the fence. Building trust will be crucial." As they walked back towards their office, they were intercepted by Lauren, the Zalaran delegate who had been an early supporter of their cause. "Dr. Morellis, a commendable speech and an impressive outcome. Zalara looks forward to collaborating on the new energy projects." "Thank you, Lauren. Your support was invaluable. We're excited about the partnership with Zalara, especially in the energy sector." "Your expertise will be vital," Lena replied, genuine gratitude in her voice. "And I must say, the cultural exchange program has generated quite a buzz. Many delegates are eager to participate, to learn more about Earth and share their own traditions," Lauren added, his tone warm. "That's exactly what we were hoping for," Lena smiled. "Building bridges, not just in technology but in understanding and respect. It's how we'll make this new framework last." As they parted ways, Lena and Jonah returned to their strategy session, laying out the next steps. The implementation phase would involve detailed negotiations and constant communication. They discussed setting up a series of webinars and virtual meetings to keep the momentum going and ensure all member planets were aligned with the new directives. "We'll need a robust monitoring system, too," Jonah noted. "To track the resource flows, the tech upgrades, and ensure the economic benefits are felt by all. Yes, and let's not forget about the public relations aspect. We need the citizens of all member planets to understand and support this change. It's not just a top-down approach, it's about getting everyone on board, Lena added, her strategy clear and focused. Over the next weeks, Lena led a whirlwind of activity. From the high-level diplomatic meetings to public forums broadcasted across the Union, she was the face of the change, advocating not only for Earth but for a fairer Union. The early results were promising: increased collaboration on environmental projects, a spike in cultural exchange programs, and more transparent economic policies that started to balance the scales of trade. Yet, not all were pleased with the changes. Some factions pushed back, nostalgic for the old power hierarchies, challenging Lena and her team at every turn. But with each challenge, Lena's resolve grew stronger. She addressed each concern at public debates, worked through disagreements in policy meetings, and continued to champion the cause of equity and mutual prosperity. Months passed, and the Union's annual summit approached. Lena was invited to give the keynote address, a testament to her central role in the Union's transformation. Standing once again in the Assembly Hall, this time with not just hope but tangible results, Lena addressed the gathered delegates. This past year has been a testament to what we can achieve when we stand together. We've seen unprecedented cooperation, innovations that have propelled our economies, and a revival of cultural pride and exchange. Yes, there have been disagreements, but through dialogue and commitment, we've started to resolve them. She continued, our journey is far from over, but today, we stand united not by necessity, but by choice. We choose to be fair, to be just, and to ensure that no member of this Union ever needs to say enough again. The applause that followed was not just a courtesy but a chorus of agreement and support. As Lena stepped down, she knew the road ahead would still offer challenges, but the foundation they had built was strong. Earth, once a silent sufferer of exploitation, was now a leader in a Union striving toward fairness and prosperity for all its members. Walking back to her office, Lena felt a quiet satisfaction. We did more than say enough, she mused to Jonah, who walked alongside her. We changed the course of history. And we'll keep steering it, right? Jonah smiled. Right, Lena affirmed, her gaze returning to the stars. Right toward a better future.